What's up everyone, it's KK, and today I have a quick survival guide for you guys. They're not necessarily PvP related, but these tips are going to be crucial into surviving your raids, especially when it comes to early wipe. So let's go ahead and lock in. Now, one of the biggest tips I can give you when it comes to survival in the Exfil zone is when you get into your raids, always make sure you bring your standard food and water with you, but always eat and drink any food or water items that you find in the raid. All right, if you kill a player or if you're just moving around, you see some water, it doesn't matter if your health is down a little bit of points or a lot, or your food and water, just go ahead and drink and eat anyways. I promise you it's gonna let you go through the raid and survive a lot longer, and then when you actually get into a fight, you're not gonna be caught off guard with low food and water. It's gonna slow you down. It's also a big money saver too, so you're not, constantly using the food and water you're always bringing in raid. You can go throughout a whole raid, without touching the stuff you actually brought in, that you can carry over to the next raid. It's kind of like an emergency ration or so. So the next time you're moving around the raid and you just see some food or some water, just go ahead, pick it up and eat it. Regardless of what your food and water is at, it's gonna benefit you, I promise you. Now, the next tip I want to give you here for survival is ammo. All right, now you always want to keep a lot of ammo with you. All right, I like to keep mine in my secure container, or you can keep it in your pouch, but when it comes to bringing in extra mags, I specifically like to keep it in my secure container just so I can bring a lot of ammo and not have to worry about it. All right, especially for those raids where you're going in, just for a quest, you want to get in, you want to get out, you want to bring, a light kit and just a lot of ammo. This is the way to go. Now, what's really good about this is once you unlock these 60 round drum mags, you can put them right in here as a toot slot. They fit in perfectly. The 50 rounder also is just gonna fit right in there. I'm pretty sure I have other different kinds. These all fit in here very nicely. Very early game, if you want to use the Evo drum mags, they fit in here too. So these are very good for saving ammo and carrying drum mags specifically. Early game, having drum mags is absolutely insane. So especially if you're going into a raid and you may find one that you can't unlock yet, I would definitely recommend putting them in your container for sure, because early game, those fights drag out a lot. The person who has a bigger clip, a lot of the times they're going to end up winning. Now, the craziest tip here with this secure container, what you can do is you can actually load the mags while they're in your container. So if I have some ammo here, has an N995, I can just put it up to the mag and I can load it while it's actually in my container. So you can save your mags, keep them in here, and maybe put a little ammo in your bag, or you can do a little mix of maybe 2 mags here and ammo in the rest of the slots to fill them, or whichever way you want to do it. Even in some opportunities, you can use this 60 round mag here. It is longer, but what I would do is put 2 of them here if I'm using the AK, and then put the BP ammo somewhere on the side, right here, and then just load it through the top, and then just leave the ammo on the side. So there's different combinations you can do, but having your ammo in your container is definitely a game changer. Now let's talk about one of the most important items in the game, and if you're not bringing this in the raid, there's a problem. Now I have to remind myself to bring this in the raid sometimes too, because painkillers are one of the most useful items in the game. Now, to some people, you pop a painkiller, it feels like it's not doing much for you, it's just lowering your water, you feel like it's not really helpful. But when you learn to use them and you use them in the correct situations, these are the difference between life and death, I promise you. All right, painkillers are going to stop that annoying sway you get when your arms are blacked out, your limbs are blacked out, you're trying to fight a player. It's going to stop you from being slowed down when your legs are blacked out. When you're in the middle of a fight, you can pop it before a fight to get ready for situations like that. If you're moving in an area where players are going to be at, you go ahead and pop it, because you want to stay on the run. You don't want to get slowed down if they do start sending some shots at you. So painkillers are just absolutely insane for just keeping your pace up in a fight, okay? Because when players shoot you and you get some limbs blacked out, you're automatically slowed down. You have to fix your limbs or you pretty much can't fight. If my arm is broken and someone's rushing me, I'm pretty much stuck here with a swing, gun, and whatever happens. Half the chance you're probably gonna die. If somebody hits my leg and I know they're pushing me and I try to run away, I can't run. I'm forced to sit there and fight now. So having these painkillers allows you to, take that damage and still have your options available in this situation. All right, now the very next essential for survival that I want to talk about here is smoke grenades. Now I know a lot of people are catching on to this. What I'm telling you right now is the meta. Like painkillers, smoke grenades, ammo inside your a secure container. These are like meta strategies. Like this is top of the line peak things that you can do to survive. Like if you're not doing it, you're kind of just like at a disadvantage by not using them. So smoke grenades, absolutely disgusting. If you've watched any of my videos, you would know my life has been saved a million times over by smoke grenades. Like the time it takes for the smoke to disperse, or actually not disperse, but cover up the area and cover the line of sight is so small. Like as soon as I pop this here and I just drop it on the floor, I automatically can't see in front of me. Automatically. So as soon as you pop it, it's like instant cover. Instant. They don't know where you're at. You can run through and you can do so much with this smoke. It's actually insane how good it is. Now, one thing you really want to learn is keeping your smoke grenades in a spot on your pouch that you always know where it's at, right? So when you're going into the raid, you get shot at randomly, you always know where to just grab the smoke, boom, pull a pin and just drop it at your feet and keep running every time. You should always know where that smoke grenade is at. That's the best way, to use them properly, to where if a player is popping up, oop, boom, you pop it and you're safe. Now, the next thing I want to talk about here is lasers and flashlights. Now, one thing you always have to have in your gun is either one or the other, okay? A flashlight or a laser. I promise you, they are literally the most overpowered things you can put on your weapon that change the tide of a fight in this game. Right now, a lot of people will complain that, oh, your flashlight is gonna shine through the wall, your laser is gonna shine, you're gonna expose yourself. It's probably like my biggest ick when I hear people say that, because like, if you're smart, you're obviously not going to use it in a situation that exposes yourself. Like you have to know obviously when to use it, but when you do use it, it's absolutely insane. People like complain about the flashlight because it's so good. It's it just look at this, like you can't see anything. It completely blinds you. So people will like to complain and hate on it, but it's like, bro, at this point, you either get with the program or you just get left. And that's really how it's going to be in this game. It's realistic. Flashlights in a dark situation are going to blind you. That's just how it is. If you're not using that, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage, all right? Lasers are absolutely insane for quick firing people. Quick firing, having very good recoil control and hip firing. I promise you, using a laser will change your perspective on assault rifles and SMGs and all these fully automatic weapons. You really get this down and learn how to beam people with it, and it's disgusting, okay? So make sure you're using flashlights and lasers, or both, okay? I promise you, these are absolutely insane and they will change the tide of the fight. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you can combine all these and use them as, a tool to just survive a lot longer in your raids, right? So go ahead and hit the like button if you would like. Hit the comment section if you have anything, you would like to tell anyone else about tips that help for survival. And then hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content, and I will catch you guys later.